What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. Today we are reviewing the 2023 Ford F-150 Tremor. Huge thank you to Jordan Rowe over at Koons Sterling Ford for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular Tremor or any Ford product, I'll be sure to have Jordan's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. Let's get right into the video and talk about the exterior and performance. And like I said, this is a 2023 Ford F-150 Tremor, and this particular one is painted in the new for 2023 azure gray metallic tri-coat. This paint looks absolutely sweet here on the Tremor. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that the only configuration that you can get the Tremor in is a crew cab short bed configuration. But let's start at the top of the hood, then we'll work our way down and around to the back end of the Tremor. So these hood vents here are Tremor specific, and working our way back down the front end, let's take a look at our headlights. So with the 402A equipment group, you do get these LED projector headlights with dynamic bending, as well as LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights located at the bottom of your front bumper. Working our way to the center of the front end, you do get a gray 2-bar grille with active orange trim running down the center of the grille. At the center of your front grille is where you will find your black Ford logo, and then at the bottom of your Ford logo is where you will find your forward-facing camera. That forward-facing camera goes along with your 360-degree view camera that comes optioned with the 402A equipment group. Working our way down, you have your body color front bumper as well as your forward-facing sensors. You get 4 forward-facing sensors total on your front bumper, and then you get 2 tow hooks with the Tremor, as you can see as well. This particular Tremor has been optioned with the $500 front axle with torsion differential, and then also with the Tremor you get 9.4 inches of ground clearance and some skid plates that cover your gas tank, your transfer case, and your front differential. I mean, you obviously want to cover your front differential if you guys are spending $500 on the upgraded front differential. Also with the Tremor, you get these 18-inch matte gray wheels wrapped in 33-inch beefy General Grabber AT tires. Give you guys a view of these beefy tires. I like how on the sidewall they look super beefy, and obviously the tread pattern is very beefy as well. With the Tremor, you do get an upgraded suspension, so you do get improved front knuckles and control arms over the regular F-150, as well as you do get off-road tuned shocks. One thing I really like about the F-150 is this body line right here. I apologize if there is any wind noise in this video, but I do like this body line right here. It gives the illusion that you have fender flares when you really don't, and it looks really, really sweet, again, in my personal opinion. These fender vents here, you can see you get that active orange on the inside. These are functional fender vents, and you can see it says F-150 Tremor, and this is all like a carbonized gray color. Working our way to the right is where you will find your body color mirror caps. These side view mirrors are heated, power folding, driver side is auto dimming. You will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand side of your driver side mirror and on the upper right hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then the options that come with the 402A equipment group that are on the side view mirrors are the camera as well as the mirror spotlight. So that is your camera that goes along with the 360 camera, and then you get these spotlights. So this is a part of your zone lighting. And then you get black window trim, body color door handles with keyless access, and then you get bed liner material on your side steps. They look absolutely fantastic and very similar to what you find on the Raptor. Opening up your fuel door, you do get a capless filler neck. You get your Tremor badging on both bed sides. Working our way up top here, you guys can see you do get a bed camera, as well as that power sliding rear window is a part of the 402A equipment group. And then all the way, working our way to the business end of the F-150, I love the tail lights. So these LED tail lights do come apart again of the 402A equipment group, and they have a subtle smoked look to them, and I think they look absolutely fantastic in my personal opinion, especially over the halogen taillights that you get on like the XLT F-150. Then you get your rear view camera. This is like a little puddle light. You have your black Ford logo F-150 embossed into the tailgate. Then you have your Tremor badging on the right hand side of your tailgate. I am going to pop open the tailgate, so I'm going to make sure I don't mess up the tailgate with this right here. So the tailgate is coming down. You guys can see you do get the tailgate tailgate step as well as the tailgate work surface. That comes a part of the $995 bed utility package, which also includes the power tailgate like you guys just saw. So if I press the button on the tailgate will go up automatically, which is a very, very nice thing. And then what's also included in the bed utility package is the LED box lighting. So you guys can turn the LED box lighting by pressing on this button right here, and then that light turns on. Those two LED lights up top there turned on, and then that light turns on as well. This particular one has also been optioned with the $995 2 kilowatt Pro Power on board, which is located right here. So basically you get 2 household power outlets on your bed. All you got to do is press that button and it will turn on. Obviously you got to turn it on from the interior. And also bed liner is an additional option that this one is not optioned with, but I am going to close that tailgate. So again, put your hand under here, find that little pad, and the tailgate will come up. I got to make sure that I move the license plate so you can see power operated tailgate. Very, very nice. Then you do get body color rear bumpers with 4 rear view sensors back here as well. Dual exhaust, which is specific to the Tremor, as are these 2 tow hooks back here. You get 1, you got 2, and they are painted in black. This one also has the optional $445 trailer tow package, which gives you 4 and 7 pin connectors, as well as a few other things on the interior, which I'll show you guys when we move into the interior, but I will list that on screen now. And also with the Tremor, you do get a 373 locking rear axle. And if you guys were wondering about the max tow capacity of the Tremor, it is 10,000 pounds. In my personal opinion, I love the way that the Tremor looks. And in addition to loving the way that the Tremor looks, I love the new azure gray. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's kind of like a bluish gray color, and it really accentuates the lines on the Tremor very, very nicely. But let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section down below. But let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. The 5 liter V8 does come standard. That EcoBoost makes 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 5.8 seconds. If you guys were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 16 miles per gallon in the city, 20 miles per gallon on the highway for 18 miles per gallon combined with 4-wheel drive. I think those numbers, fuel economy numbers, are actually pretty respectable, especially considering the power output here on the Tremor. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would please give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. But let's move into the interior. All right, guys, moving into the interior, I did want to show you guys what the key fob looked like. So you got your unlock function, your lock function, your remote start function, and your power up and down tailgate function. But let's remote start the vehicle. Press that button twice and the vehicle will fire up. 3.5 liter roars to life. Now let's move into the interior. So you do get keyless access. Just make sure you have your key fob in your pocket. Walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock the vehicle by pressing on this button right here. Now the vehicle is locked. But another way you can get into the interior is if you guys remember your code, you can type in your code and that will unlock the vehicle. You can also lock the vehicle with this keypad here by pressing the 7, 8, and 9-0 buttons simultaneously. But let's move into the interior and let's take a look at the driver's side door panel. So at the top of the door panel, you have like this vinyl, I guess would be the best way that I would describe it, like a gray color. It looks great. You get some accent colored stitching, that active orange accent colored stitching. And then you have like a faux forged carbon fiber trim piece right here. You get a leather wrapped and padded armrest with some more accent colored stitching. You get automatic up and down windows in the front, but you do not get automatic up or down rear windows. And moving back over to here, you do get 3 memory seat adjustment settings with the 402A equipment group. You get your unlock and your lock functions. Pressing on this will power fold in your side view mirrors. This will restrict your passenger window privileges. And then again, you have your power mirror controls, your door handle. This is a great spot. You can set your phone. Tons of storage space at the bottom of the door panel. And then you get your beautiful Bang & Olufsen speaker surround, stainless steel. Looks absolutely fantastic. You can see you have your Tremor on your carpeting. And then taking a look at these seats, I know the camera is picking it up because I can see it right now, but you get perforated leather going down to the center of the seat. Like the face of the leather is black, but you can see like the innards of the perforation is that active orange color, and it looks super sweet. You get some active orange piping. Tremor on all 4 seat backs. It looks fantastic. You get a power driver seat and a power front passenger seat. But Let's move into the interior. I've been waiting to do this since we started on the exterior because it's very cold outside at the moment. Driver gets an OPU panel, the passenger gets an OPU panel. Here are your tweeters for your Bang & Olufsen sound system, but let's start over here. Pressing on this button or this button will turn your side view mirror spotlights on, so I'll show you guys that. I think if I fold in the side view mirrors, I wonder if it still shows it. So you can see spotlights are on. I'm gonna press that button again. They turn off, they turn on, they turn off. You guys can see just like that. I've never done that before, but that's a very nice way to do that instead of getting out. This will turn your Pro Power Onboard on or off. You can see Pro Power Onboard. And then this will power up or down your tailgate. This is to turn your LED box lighting on or off. You get your headlight control, so all the way up, headlights off. That's daytime running lights on. That's headlights in automatic, and then that's headlights always on. If I press on that, that will turn my fog lights on. Press that again, that turns them off. This will brighten and or dim my gauge cluster as well as my backlit buttons. I'm going to turn that back into automatic. This is your electronic parking brake, and then this little rocker switch right here will move either your pedals towards you or they will move them away from you. So if I press on this button right here, I'm going to try to not interfere with the view of it. But anyway, I'm pressing on that. You can see they're coming towards me. I'm gonna press this. They're going to start going away from me. Very, very nice feature. You get a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. One thing I missed is that you do get the active orange, and then you get an American flag. That's a nice Easter egg. I appreciate that. And then on your dash, you get some accent colored stitching. The steering wheel is leather wrapped, and then on the inside of the steering wheel, you get that accent colored stitching. You get your adaptive cruise control settings right here. This is to volume down, this is to volume up, this is to speak to the vehicle. Let's take a listen to our horn. That is what the horn sounds like on the F-150 Tremor. But before we get to this part, I do want to show you guys what the turn signal sounds like. That is what the turn signal sounds like in the 2023 F-150. This is not only your turn signal stock, this is also your windshield wiper stock and your high beam control stock. But back over to here, this is to pick up on a phone call or hang up on a phone call. This is to go back on a track, and this is to go forward on a track. And then these buttons up top here are to control your 12-inch digital gauge cluster. Your 12-inch digital gauge cluster also comes with the $7,525 402A equipment group. So we just mentioned it, so we might as well go throughout the screen. RPM gauge, you have your speedometer, and then up top here, you have your different temperatures and pressures, I believe. And then that is your fuel gauge. You can see it says 491 miles until empty, so that is your fuel range. Right now it's displaying my fuel economy. That lets you know if you're in park, reverse, neutral, or drive. That is like your media stuff, so the current song that is playing. That is the ambient exterior temperature. That is the odometer. That is the compass. So right now we're facing in an easterly direction, but I do want to go throughout this screen, so I'm going to press down. You can go in between trip 1, configure my view, driver assistance stuff, or fuel economy. I'm going to press this back button here, and then you can go into your different trip/fuel stuff. So you can see all those kinds of different things. You can go into your truck information. So I guess I'll show you guys that. I got my heated seat on. I'm going to turn it off. You can see tire pressure stuff, pitch and roll stuff, off-road status, power distribution, engine information, seat belts, and your driver assistance stuff. You can see driver assistance. So you got your seat belt stuff, engine information, power distribution, off-road status, pitch and roll, tire pressure, go back. And then you can go in between your towing stuff, navigation, phone, audio, and your different screen settings. And then that brings you back to the top. I probably keep my fuel stuff on the screen just like that, because why not? Up top here, you have your Bang & Olufsen speaker. You get a great spot. You can set your phone, tape measure, or something like that. Again, I said this does have push button start, so all you gotta do is press that and the vehicle will fire up. You get your Pro Trailer Backup Assist, as well as your integrated trailer brake controller. I believe both of those two things come a part of your $445 trailer tow package. Down here, you have your drive mode selector. So let's go throughout our different drive modes. Right now we have normal, we have tow/haul, we got eco, and we have sport. I like how it changes what displays on the screen dependent on what mode you're going to. And then you have slippery, you have deep snow/sand, you have mud/rusts, and you have your rock crawl mode. I go back over to normal mode because I don't think we're going to be doing any crazy off-roading in this video. This will bring you into your 360 cam. So right now, that's my forward-facing camera. That is my 360-degree view camera. If you click here, you have your different camera views. So that's the front camera, that's the front camera, and the side cameras. This is your bed camera. this is your hitch camera, and then that is your backup camera with guidance lines. Pretty cool. Press that camera button and that will go away. This is to turn your parking sensors on or off. Get your hazard button. Hazards are flashing. You get your traction control on or off button, and then this is your trail control button. If I press on that, trail control enabled. If I press on that again, I believe it turns off. Trail control with one pedal drive off, turns off. That trail control button comes with the Tremor. So if you guys don't get the Tremor, you get a Lariat F-150, you do not get that button. You get 4 HVAC vents, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on your dash. And then you have this beautiful Sync 4 12-inch infotainment screen with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. I'm gonna go throughout the screen. So I want to go into my home. So this is like your audio stuff on your Ford Sync 4 stuff. AM, FM, XM, you can go into your different, that's my Bluetooth, or this is my Apple CarPlay stuff. You can go into your navigation stuff, like your legitimate navigation stuff. You can go into your different favorites. So you get zone lighting, pro power onboard, all these different things, trail turn assist, power tailgate. You can go in between your different apps by pressing on this button here. You get your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then find your mobile apps. You can go in between your different settings, blah, 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 all these different things. And then you can go into your different features. Your different features are, obviously you have your driver assistance features. So you can have, you got auto hold, you got adaptive cruise control, speed limit assist, lane keep assist, pre-collision assist, blind spot monitoring, parking sensors, cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist, driver alert. I do want to show you guys the zone lighting. So I'm going to override that. I'm going to turn this on, and then I'm going to turn all zones on. So I'm going to show you guys with the zone lighting with your all zone button on. You have at the front, you have your fog lights are on, your headlights are on the side, your spotlights are on, and I believe you have a puddle light down there on as well. And then when you move into the rear, you have all your bed lights are on, so all those LED lights are on, and then you have your reverse lights are on, and your license plate lights are on. I did a video with a Expedition Timberline the other day that also had zone lighting, and the F-150 zone lighting is just probably 10 times better than the zone lighting that you guys get in the Expedition Timberline. So yeah, definitely always want to point out zone lighting because I think that's such a cool feature that the Rams and the Chevys do not have. So I personally like that. That is your current time. One thing that's kind of interesting about the Fords is that you get this side of the screen and then it's like a split screen. So you can go in between these different things. You have your audio stuff, your navigation stuff, phone stuff, trip stuff, what else? You get your fuel economy, eco behavior, off-road stuff, pro power onboard, zone lighting, bed camera, audio stuff, navigation, and then it just resets. So I always think that's kind of interesting. You do have dual zone climate, so that's a temperature right there. That's the other temperature for the passenger there. I believe that is the ambient exterior temperature at the current time, 46 degrees. That's the time. And that's kind of about it for that screen. Moving down, get your volume knob, you get your tuning knob. This will bring you into your tone settings, so you can adjust like the treble, the bass, the mid-range. This will switch between your different sources, AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio. This will turn the screen to a clock. Press that again and that will turn the screen off. Touch anywhere on the screen and the screen will come back on. This is to go back on a track. This is to go forward on a track. This is to play or pause on a track. And then again, dual zone climate control. So I can set my temperature. Passenger can set their temperature. This is the climate control stack. Like I mentioned, you do get heated and ventilated front seats, both with 3 levels of adjustability, which is a very, very nice thing. And then moving back over to here, you get a 12-volt power outlet as well as a 120-volt household power outlet just beneath the 12-volt outlet. I always love to have a household outlet in my car or truck. And then one thing that's cool, press that and this will close off. Press that open again and you get a USB-C port, a USB-A port, a wireless charging pad. That wireless charging pad also comes a part of the 402A equipment group. So if you guys want basically a fully loaded Tremor, I highly recommend getting the 402A equipment group. Yes, it's a lot of money for a package, but again, you guys can see how nice this interior is, and it's basically fully loaded. Moving over to here, you guys have seen this. If you guys have seen the, I believe it's the 2021 F-150s and up, they have this folding gear shifter if you guys get the center console. So you can see you get some accent color stitching. This is leather wrapped. You guys put this into drive and then then press this M that puts you into manual mode, and then you can upshift or downshift with these buttons mounted on the left side of your gear shift selector. This is a great spot that you can set a phone. I'll show you guys that now. I can set my phone in there, and it's a great spot. You can set it while driving. You get 2 cup holders, and then this is your center fold down armrest with accent colored stitching. It is leather wrapped and it's very nicely padded. This, I'm going to show you guys my favorite feature of the F-150. Doesn't matter if it's an XL, an XLT, Lariat, Platinum, doesn't matter. This is an option, and it's a $195 option, and it is the interior work surface. Great spot. You can eat, you can edit videos for your YouTube channel here, you can get ready for videos with this. Is just my favorite feature on the F-150. And I know you're gonna be like, really, the pano roof isn't your favorite feature? No, this is my favorite feature. It's just very, very useful. And you know, I'm surprised that Chevy or Ram has not copied Ford with this feature, because this is probably the most useful feature in my opinion. You also get 2 cup holders back there. You get an upper glove box. By pressing on that, you can fit like probably 12 sausage McMuffins in there if you stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. You also get a lockable glove box down in here with a very good amount of storage space. And the passenger side door panel looks pretty much the exact same as the driver side door panel. One thing I wanted to show you guys with these headrests, that is also one of my favorite features on the F-150, is watch this. You can bring them forward, that's like the most aggressive setting. And then you can bring them all the way back, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 6 different settings, I believe, with the headrest. So if you guys are tired of holding your neck up yourself, go like that, and then you can rest your head on that. Very, very nice. And then you do get speakers in the headrests with the 18 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, which is a $695 option. And that is another option that I would highly recommend, because this sound system is banging. It sounds really good. Up top here, you have your auto dimming rear view mirror. You have your driver light, your passenger light, and then pressing on this button will turn all the interior dome lights on. So that's the button I pressed. That will turn them all back off. Or will it? Okay, now it will. And then these 2 buttons right here are for your panoramic sunroof. That panoramic sunroof is a $1,495 option. You know, that's an option you can skip. Personally, if I was going to spec one of these things out and I was spending, you know, 75 grand, that is an option that I would definitely have to get. So you guys are gonna be like, okay, you're just optioning every option. And I know I am. It's always nice to have all the options, isn't it? Right? Then this is to adjust or this is to open and or close your rear sliding glass. You can open it, you can close it. You guys know how that works. Great spot. You can set your sunglasses up top here. And then what comes with the Tremor, just like what you find in the Raptor, are these 6 auxiliary switches. And you can tell if the auxiliary switches are on or off, because see, right now it's illuminated in amber. Now it's blue. That lets me know that it's on. So if you guys have 6 different LED light bars that you mount on this vehicle, you can turn each of those on individually. So that's also a really, really cool feature. This is your universal garage door opener. If you guys have 3 different garage bays at your house, you can open up those 3 bays individually. Opening this up, you have your vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights, as well as a clip right here. You can set money or any small paper product. Same thing goes for that side. You guys can see your Bang & Olufsen speakers in the roof. This is your mic pickup for your Bluetooth phone. I think that's about it for these front seats. Love the panoramic roof. I just love the F-150 overall. These seats are so comfortable, and probably like 2 times at the minimum more comfortable than what you get in a Ram or a Chevy or a GMC. So these are the most comfortable seats in a half-ton truck, and the same really for Ford products goes for the 3/4-ton trucks as well. They're just super, super comfortable seating, and I love how Ford pays attention to these seats, because honestly, you're spending most of your time driving the vehicle if you're sitting in it, so you want it to be super comfortable, and this is definitely super, super comfortable. So I'm gonna throw the window sticker on screen right now. You guys can take a look at what comes standard with the exterior, the interior, the functional, the warranty, all that kind of stuff. You guys can see the equipment group 402A, and the price of that is $7,200. $525. You guys can see what comes with that. This does get a $50 credit for auto stop start removal, which is awesome. I hate auto stop start. This does have the $1,495 twin panel moonroof. This has the $195 interior work surface. This has the $995 Pro Power Onboard, which is a 2 kilowatt system. This has the $445 trailer tow package. This also has the $695 18 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, $215 partition lockable storage. I'll show you guys that in the rear seats. This also has the $500 front axle with torsion differential and the $995 bed utility package. Last but not least, you do get a $140 credit for the heated steering wheel removal, which personally, I hate how they removed the heated steering wheel, because it's always nice to have a heated steering wheel. But that's the chip shortage. You can blame that on whoever you want to blame that on, but that definitely sucks. But I do want to go over the government safety ratings, so I'll put those on screen right now. Overall vehicle score, 5 stars. Frontal crash, 5 stars for both the driver and the passenger. Side crash, 5 stars for the front and the rear seats, and you get 4 stars for your rollover. And then let's go over the total MSRP of this particular Tremor. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2023 F-150 Tremor EcoBoost is spec'd is $75,825. I know that's a lot of money, but this vehicle is pretty much a platinum minus the massaging seats. I mean, that's the best way that I can kind of describe that to you guys. So very, very nice vehicle. Like I mentioned, I do want to show you guys what's going on in those rear seats before we move into the driving portion of the review. So basically, the rear seat back door panel looks pretty much the exact same as what you would find in the front. You get a cup holder right here. You do not get that in the front, but you do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. Great spot, you can set a phone. Tons of miscellaneous storage space. Bang & Olufsen speaker surround, looks absolutely fantastic. And then in the rear, one thing I like, I don't know if the 2021s had this, but you can see the Tremor on your seat back. It looks fantastic. You get 2 cup holders in your center fold down armrest. That's also nicely padded. I do want to fold these seats up, and I want to show you guys that lockable partition storage. So that is the partition storage, and it is lockable. Again, I'll put the price of that on screen for you guys to read over. I'm gonna close these seats and step into the interior. If you guys have seen any of my other F-150 videos, you guys know that these things have tons of legroom. So I've got tons of legroom, tons of knee room, tons of headroom as well. I mean, there's just so much space back here for me, or somebody, even if they were like 6'2", they'd still be very comfortable back here. Seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. You get another one behind the passenger seat. You get 2 cup holders, 2 HVAC vents. Your outboard seats are heated, both with 2 levels of adjustability. You do get a 12-volt power outlet right here, and then you have a 120-volt household power outlet back here as well. You can see the ambient lighting shining on my fingers at the moment. And you get a USB-C port, a USB-A port, you get an OPU panel, another OPU panel, dome light, a spot you can set your dry cleaners, another spot you can set your dry cleaners right there as well. Here is a view from the second row seats from where I am sitting at the moment. So these seats are just as comfortable as what you would find in the front. I'm telling you guys, Ford makes some of the most comfortable seats, actually the most comfortable seats of any truck that I've ever been in. But, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior of the Tremor. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review, where we always start our videos here. We go over the speed bumps at 5 miles an hour and then rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Did very well over the first speed bump, and I'm gonna assume that it's gonna do very well over the second speed bump. Let's see how she does. Again, 5 miles an hour. Slow down a little bit. Perfect 5. That was about 6. I'm gonna give this thing an 8.5 on a scale of 1 to 10. This thing goes over those speed bumps like they're not even there, and that's probably one of the highest ratings I've ever given any vehicle on the speed bump test. And one thing I really like about Ford and their off-road products is that they make their suspensions, like here on this, or here on the, or not here on the Raptor, but on the Raptor, they make their suspensions very soft. So like with the Raptor rides phenomenally on like roads like this, and I hit a bump purposefully in the parking lot where I filmed, just because I wanted to see how it would do, and it felt like I didn't even hit it, and I did hit it. I know I hit it for a fact. And I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. So I've driven pretty much every make, model. Actually, I don't think I have not driven the new Toyota Tundra, but between the big three, Ram, Chevy, and Fords are the F-150 in particular on the 1500 series truck is my favorite out of the big three. I've driven all of them. I've driven Raptor, I've driven the TRX, I have not driven the ZR2, but comparing like an XLT to like a RST and to a like a, you know, a Laramie, it's just the F-150 wins every time. And the reason that I say that is because they're so comfortable in the way that they drive. And that's one thing I'm going to say right now is this is basically like the baby Raptor, you know what I mean? This is like the off-road version of the F-150. And comparing this to like a Chevy, like I said, I like how Ford tunes their suspensions and they make them have a soft ride rather than a firm off-roady ride. So it's not like super bumpy like you would find in, you know, competitor products. And that's one thing I love about the F-150 is that if you're getting a Lariat, you're getting an XLT, you're getting a Platinum, you just know that they're gonna ride very well. And I'm not knocking Chevy or Ram because, you know, you can go around a turn fast as heck in a Silverado or in a GMC Sierra with the MagneRide suspension, or even, you know, their base suspension, and that thing's just going to remain super flat and it's going to go around the turn. But when you're in day-to-day driving, like on a regular road or on a highway or something, you're going to notice that the Sierras and the Silverados and the Ram 1500s, they ride a little bit firmer than what you'd find in the F-150. So circling back, the F-150 has a smoother ride. It's not going to handle as well, but it still handles, you know, more than what you need a truck to handle. You know what I mean? So I personally would rather take the ride like this one than the firmer ride with the better handling, if that makes sense, especially in a truck. You know, I don't need a truck to handle amazing and to curve up a back road amazing because, you know, I have a sports car for that, or, you know, you have a sports car for that. But yeah, I love the F-150s. They're just so comfortable from the ride to the seating. They're very easy to park with, even out without the 360 camera. They're very easy to park, but with the 360 camera, they're just very easy to park. And one thing that I really like about Ford's 360 camera system is that it takes up the entire screen. Like I just did a video the other day with a Ram TRX, and that one had the 360 camera, but it only took up like part of the screen, and it wasn't like as big as I would like it to be. You know, this takes up the entire screen. That didn't take up the entire screen. So I can't remember like on the Silverados or on the Sierras if it takes up the entire screen, but here I know it takes up the entire screen, and that is something that I really like. Another thing I really like is the power from the EcoBoost engine. Now, one thing I wanted to say is that the Tremor here comes actually standard with the 5 liters, so that's something new for 2023, whereas from I believe 21 to 22 the 3.5 was the only engine that you could get, whereas now you guys can get the 5 liter if you want. You can get the 3.5 liter EcoBoost if you want. So you have those two different engine options, and I believe neither one of them is like an upcharge, so you can get the 5 liter for the same price. You can get the EcoBoost and vice versa, which is very nice. So another thing I wanted to say is the 18 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. What is this guy doing? These are the kinds of drivers you got to deal with where I live. They're so stupid, and they but anyway, what I was saying was the 18 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system sounds fantastic. You have two different stereo modes. You either have stereo or you have surround, and personally I found that stereo sounds better than the surround sound. But yeah, it's just a very good sounding sound system. And yeah, I mean, it's just an overall great truck. You know, if you don't want to spend, you know, the additional, I think it's like $10,000 to $15,000 on the Raptor, but you still want something that's going to go off-road, but you don't want it to stand out too much. Like a Raptor is just, you know, super beefy and stuff like that, whereas this, you know, it's like a narrow body truck, like a XLT F-150, but it can handle the off-road stuff that you're going to throw at it which is very, very nice. And another thing, I'm going to mention it again, but the EcoBoost at low RPMs, the torque is unmatched. I mean, the 5-liter is also fantastic, and personally, if I was to get a Tremor, I would definitely get the 5-liter because I love the sound of a V8. My dream right now and what I am working towards is to buy a platinum F-150 with the black appearance package. But yeah, I'm really working towards an F-150, a 2023, 2024, whenever I can afford one. So what's leading into that is that if you guys enjoy this video, please share it, please thumb it up, please subscribe. All those things really help me reach my goal of getting a new F-150 as my daily driver. That's like my short-term goal. My long-term goal is to buy a 911 GT3 RS. That's like my ultimate goal, and that's what gets me up every day to film these videos, is that with the hopes of being able to afford and purchase a 2016 911 GT3 RS 991.1 in ultraviolet. I'll put a picture of that on screen. That's really what I'm working for, and this would be you know, a great addition in my garage. You know what I mean? I'd love to have one of these. And if that doesn't say, like, if you guys are watching this video and you still aren't sold on any F-150, I don't care if it's a Tremor, Lariat, Platinum, the car reviewer is telling you that the truck that he would choose would be an F-150 over all the other options. So I love the F-150. I love the way that it drives. I love the way that it performs, no matter if you're getting the EcoBoost, you're getting the Power Boost, or you're getting the 5.0. They are all fantastic engines. 10-speed is fantastic. Fuel economy, whatever, you know, comparing it to the competition, it's about right on par. So none of them really get great fuel economy, but, you know, I think that if you're not going to get great fuel economy, I want the power output to be high, which you definitely have high power output with all 3 engine options. So F-150 Tremor, fantastic truck. I like how it doesn't ride like an off-road truck. It rides just like a regular F-150, which definitely gives it a boost in points in my book. So overall, I really like this truck. I am going to do, you know, a semi acceleration here, harder than I would normally do, but it's not going to be floored. So here we go. Here we go. Spun out a little bit, but you guys can see, I mean, that was probably 35% throttle, and you guys can see it spun the tires, it accelerated super quick. So I'm telling you guys, this is a fantastic truck. So I think that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I mentioned to you guys, I'm really trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would please help me get to my goal of being able to afford and purchase my own F-150, give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.